Hello, and welcome to Club Codex. My
Got that CDX token, we the ones chosen. Every stake, every year, while I stay golden. Codex Club, hey, I'm not focused, it's an anthem. CDX got them frozen.
Hello.
This. I think my mic just turned off in the middle of that. Did you
Can you hear me? I can't hear anything.
Oh my god, dude. What?
Here, one sec.
Oh, what a fail. Hello. 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 Nothing?
I think the issue is with my headphones here.
Oh.
Wow, what a fail.
What a fail. Dude, I think I did the whole intro in silence. It was just my face looking like an idiot. Okay, well, anyways, I hope, let me see if Steven can hear now. Okay, thank God. Well, sorry everybody. And while Beavis fixes his headphones.
Oh, there we go. Hello.
Club Codex. I'm so sad because I had a great intro and I just went silent right at the beginning. But yeah, welcome. I'm Corval. I stole Charles' identity. I got facial reconstructive surgery. No, Corval's not here today, unfortunately. Corval is in transit, but we were proactive and we actually recorded something yesterday with Corval that we're going to play for all of you guys in a bit here. But yeah, I guess we'll do a bit of an intro. How's it going, Beavis? How's your Monday starting off?
Going good. I just ate a big, beautiful Japanese apple for lunch, and it was awesome. So feeling really good, feeling high energy, and yeah, it's going to be nice because we've already done the show, so we get to sit back and relax.
Indeed, yes. Japanese apple, I thought, is that just like a Fuji apple?
I don't know. No, it's just one of those really fancy apples. It was big and juicy, and they wrapped it in like a little protective container.
Nice. Oh yeah, those little like foam.
It kind of tasted a little bit like a Honeycrisp, but had a little more bite to it. Like you know what I mean.
Delicious. No doctor visits for Beavis. Yeah, okay. Well, I guess I wanted to, man, like we recorded the thing yesterday, and even since, like, that was last night, and since then there's been so many, like the timeline has been insane. Like I'm having trouble getting work done because every time I look at Twitter, some new hilarious meme is going on or some like crazy development. I mean, we're going to talk about this in the recording, but Trump launched his meme coin and oh my God, it's been nonstop entertainment. And I guess he's now inaugurated. I don't know. I guess, do you have anything anything in the last like 20 hours that surprised you? Or any initial thoughts before we jump into the recording?
Yeah, I mean, I think the craziness is behind us. I kind of expect a gradual leveling out, but I mean, there's really no telling what's going to happen. Like how people are valuing this token is like, I don't understand it yet, frankly. Fartcoin is something I can understand. But something like the Trump token, and I think most of all, I'd be interested to hear the terms of the deal kind of get out, because it seems like maybe some firm or some company just licensed him and his family's name and likenesses, and is now like just using it to launch shitters. Somebody made a lot of money. Many people maybe made a lot of money, but yeah, unprecedented, quite cool, quite interesting. And I hope it doesn't end up a disaster is basically everything I'm thinking about.
Yeah, well, okay, here's some I guess to celebrate, I have a couple things to share. To celebrate the inauguration, I saw this from Arkham, and I apologize everybody, I'm not going to be as fast as Corval. But Arkham posted, like, I think right after his inauguration. Is that going to come up? There we go. World Liberty Fi bought 47 million each of BTC and ETH to celebrate him stepping into office, which I like, I guess. I mean, this is like the least surprising news of the last 2 days. But yeah, I mean, this this is, you know, this is child's play compared to launching a meme under the Trump name. So I guess it's just full steam ahead. Like this is what he's indicating by launching a top, you know, 20 coin. But yeah, so he bought a bunch of ETH and Bitcoin. That's cool. Trump is now on. He also posted about Trump being bridged to ETH and to Base. And Aerodrome actually just posted today that Trump's on Aerodrome, the token as well. So hopefully some of that volume can from Solana can flow into our precious ecosystem on Base.
Yeah, we talk about this a lot in the recording, but Ethereum definitely took an L here. You know, and I mean, I think it's like a very clear line in the sand has been drawn. I think this like really cements kind of the product vision for Solana, being like, hey, this is where you launch shitters. And what that means, like, it's like, you know, this is where capital formation happens at the speed of light. And I think like comparing the action of Trump on Solana versus kind of frankly the failure of Trump's World Liberty Fi fundraise on Ethereum kind of really shows the difference in interest broadly and the difference in perceived value of DeFi and Ethereum and Solana and, you know, the meme coin universe. And through like I wish we could fast forward 3 years from now and look back and see how everything shakes out. But
yeah,
lucky enough, we all get to live through it here, and you know, we have 4 really good years of Club Codex to look forward to.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, us and every comedian on earth is like, yes, content. You know, like so much to play off of. And yeah, just one last development since yesterday. So obviously ETH, like that tweet where this is 9/11 for Ethereum. So obviously they're getting absolutely mogged yesterday on the timeline. Vitalik's posting about you know, not being WEF feminized soy boys and not going back to the Bronze Age mindset. He's got kind of a heated post. This came today from one of the core Ethereum contributors saying, foundation update. They're moving a bunch of ETH on chain, or I guess they're getting it ready to deploy into the DeFi ecosystem. They made a test on Aave, and some of the comments I totally agree with, where like they got mogged so hard that they just like scrambled everyone. Like, it's like we have to do something. It is bullish to me that they're being so quick with like reacting.
Props to Solana for making the Ethereum Foundation do something. So that's like you know, I think it really is like a come to Jesus moment, so to speak, where, you know, why the Solana founders are like shilling 10, 20, 30 million dollar FDV projects building on Solana, creating tons of value, building a ton of awareness. And Ethereum and people building on Ethereum, it's like once in a while they shill one of their VC friends' projects, once or twice a year. And being a builder on Ethereum kind of hurts. And really, like, Jesse of Base has kind of picked up the slack and just been relentlessly bull posting and just totally ignoring the noise. And really, like, we're missing that for Ethereum as a whole.
Totally.
And maybe it starts on Aave, but like, thinking about what they do to bootstrap liquid staking token issuers or validators, like, I'm going to fund these projects by depositing. They can do that with so many different projects. And they should think really seriously about it. Like, without explicitly spending capital, like $10 million of ETH in a lending market that's well optimized, that's enough to fund the team in perpetuity.
I don't understand how they, like, why they're selling ETH at all to, like, pay for stuff.
They're just not.
I mean, okay,
they're not
that makes sense,
using.
but like, just take out a loan, like, put a bunch of ETH somewhere, and take out a loan. And like, I don't know. They can earn that back in yields. I mean, use Alchemex. Alchemex repaying loan based on the yield that you get. I mean, maybe I'm simplifying it a lot, but I feel
Vitalik's
I'm getting involved.
Tweet where he talked about his distaste for DeFi. I think, I mean, that's to me what showed that the Ethereum Foundation is like totally MIA. They made a bunch of money. They probably hardly use the network. And I mean, we talk about this a lot in the show. Maybe we can get to it. I do want to add, after we're done with this, I'm going to be in the Discord and I'm going to be giving people access to the Codex app. If you have 10 million, Tony, I will pull you into the office and we can just jam, and I'll give people access one at a time. But you need to be willing to share your screen and get interviewed about your experience. I'm trying to get as much feedback as possible. So look forward to that after the show. I'll go ahead. Maybe we can skip playing Discord games and go right to
dude,
demo.
what the hell?
I'm sorry. Sure I know everybody loves playing Scribble,
but
we got more important things to do today.
Yeah, nice. No, that's awesome. Alpha for everybody, get in the Discord and buy some Tony and demo the alpha release of Codex. So I guess without further ado, we're gonna hop into the recording that we made yesterday. We talk about the Trump coin and everything that happened yesterday and over the weekend. So please enjoy. We'll be back briefly at the end, but we'll see you guys in a bit. So cheers.
Wrong guy. All right. So now that we're recording, hello, thank you, and hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us here at a special version of today's Club Codex. Today we're going to be conducting our yearly review of Charles by asking him about a recent current event and seeing if he comes in on the right side of history. Now, today, big event. You have to be living under a rock if you haven't heard of this. What has happened over the last 24 hours, Beavis, that has shook this industry to its core?
Yeah, well, Mr. Donald Trump himself launched a meme coin, an official Trump meme coin that topped out at over $60 billion in fully diluted valuation. And it's basically sucked all the liquidity up out of every single token in crypto. All of us are poor now in service of the Trump family. This is basically what we promised them for making crypto legal. So we just need to live with it. All of your coins are worthless.
Yeah, and this was the tweet confirming it. There was some confusion earlier on that Trump was maybe hacked on Truth Social or something when he launched this meme coin, just saying we've launched the official Trump meme coin. But it has been confirmed by none other than Eric Trump, the heir to the throne. Now, Charles, swag or nah? Good or bad?
That's funny. The way Beavis put it, where we're all poor and we're just giving money to the Trump family. It's really funny because like that's essentially like his original, like the Trump casinos and stuff where you just get like busloads of like old women like going like exiting and basically just sitting in a casino for like 2 days and basically just giving him money. And this isn't my take, but I forgot, someone said like one time that he needs that, like he needs to be worth 1 trillion to like look himself in the mirror, and like all these old ladies are like congregating there to like make him, they're like, it's okay, like, well, I have $1,000, like I'll give you that, and he's like, he needs it to be able to like be himself. Anyways, that popped in my head when Beavis said we're all poor. So this is the next.
Imagine him sucking up everybody's souls.
Yeah.
Like really ripped and tan and sexy.
So he's in a way, like what you two are describing, Trump is some sort of lich creature who sucks the life force out of healthy individuals so that he can become richer.
Yeah, and I feel bad.
yeah.
That he can't live without 1,000 million billion.
And I think his promise for the United States of America is that he's going to do that at a global scale, and he's basically going to suck China's money up like a vacuum cleaner and make us all trillionaires. So
now
Charles is from Canada, by the way, full disclosure.
Yeah, so Charles.
Yeah, so so he's been sucking up all the Americans' money, and now he's like, it's all right, guys.
And it's like a blast. He's created the black hole of global liquidity.
Yeah, pretty
bullish.
Bullish.
Well, I want to get your opinion, Charles. Is good or bad? Keep in mind we are hyper-capitalist crypto users here, so
right.
Is it good? Our Lich King, is it good?
Okay, it's not okay. It's good for us because we work in crypto. Yeah, I think it's good for our bags generally, because the indication that I get when he does this is that, like, immediately when I saw that this was real, in my head, the chances of getting a Bitcoin reserve went up. It's now like almost confirmed for me, because this is way further along the like, what could he possibly do spectrum than like the Bitcoin reserve. Like, to me, like launching his own meme coin, it's like, the Bitcoin reserve is child's play compared to this, like launching a $60 billion.
He's instantly like shown that he's
played
out on the risk curve.
Yeah, he's like, I said I was going to do it. Here's like my full hand. Like, yes, I'm literally going balls deep into crypto. So like, I think this is only the beginning, and generally I think he's just like, he's really shown everyone that he's going to let this industry run wild. I mean, that's good for us in the short term. It's hard to complain as like a bag holder and a builder, but long term, it's a little weird. A bit scary. It is weird. But
we'll see. Like, the thing is, it's unprecedented. The soon-to-be president of the United States launching a shitter on Sol,
and the first lady,
and his wife. It's like I could not even believe what I saw. Like, I was like,
I thought it had to be a scam. To be a scam. I swore I knew. I felt that it had to be a scam, right?
We mid-curved
it. He had been hacked or something. The Baron had gone onto his social media account and he was going to get chewed out when he got home.
I was looking through liquidity pools, just like on my phone over the weekend. Like, before bed, I was like, dude, how is this thing going up? And I mean, the thing is, it's like really liquid. There's a lot of buy side liquidity. A lot of it is in DeFi. I mean, as far as like launching a meme coin, I don't think you could necessarily do better than he did. It, that's his big
Mm.
Tony moment, you could say. But yeah, I guess just understanding, I think short term, okay, it's sucking up all the liquidity in the market. It's like a pay moment. If you remember, liquidity was really thin in 2023. Pay launches, and everybody and their mama is like, this is the only thing that's worth buying right now. And they cut all their bags and dive in without even thinking about taxes or whatever. I think this is very similar, but at a huger scale, because we're in a hot, pretty liquid market right now. And what we saw is PayPay was kind of a catalyst for growth, deeper liquidity. Like short term, there was some pain. It was like, this is weird. This doesn't make a lot of sense. Is it a positive?
Because
I
people
almost
are
think,
going to exit, and there's a
What was
lot
that?
of people are going to exit eventually.
They are. I mean, I guess like
Um,
they need to exit before the Trump family exits. It's like
yeah.
whenever, like, let's say you're a big Tony holder, you're like, I need liquidity, I need to go to the trenches. I'm gonna kiss my wife goodbye. His wife being Big Tony in this case. Ideally, as like someone that manages a token, you want them to be richer when they come back than when they left. And a lot of times that's not the case. It's like they go out and they get absolutely body bagged. But the thing is, like, anybody with the sense to think maybe $50 billion is a little much, made money. And if you're crypto native, you already have money on Solana, you don't need to onboard, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You're probably doing pretty good. I guess understanding how the Trump family exits and who gets slaughtered, and whether or not maybe they're going to be purely positive sum about it. Maybe they're just never going to sell. But it is just I'm interested, and I'm a little skeptical, a little nervous, but mixed emotions. Very interesting to say the least.
Yeah. Pretty. Yeah, I'm flabbergasted. But yeah, I mean that's the other side of it, where it's like if they
make note of that.
Yeah. But yeah, like if they don't, if they exit in a like, I don't know, if they are a bit narrow-minded, and maybe they get to a point where it's like, I mean, at this point, Trump can do whatever he wants, like he can do anything. So maybe
he's the leader of the known universe.
Yeah.
And he has no like opposition in like cabinet. I mean, he basically, like, it's not the same as his first term. So like in that sense, I worry that they're not going to have the most like altruistic sort of intentions with it. It's not like, oh, let's launch meme coin, make a bunch, like we'll be the exit liquidity and everybody can get rich and then they'll all love us. I doubt that that's going to be how it plays out. I do think that like everybody who is going to make money is crypto native. And what was it, like 500,000 new wallets spun up on Solana, like all these new people who aren't in crypto.
That was only via Moonshot.
Oh my god. So yeah, you can imagine really, millions.
Probably over 1 million people onboarded to crypto, or at the very least onboarded to Solana, because a lot of those people might be from Ethereum, for example.
I have the distinct feeling, and this is purely anecdotal. My little cousin, my young cousin, he's been curious about meme coins for a while. He's always asking me about them, but he never really made the leap because I was being a good older cousin. I was saying, look, man, you should stay out of this unless you know what you're getting into, right?
Preventing him from generational wealth.
Yeah, I'm gatekeeping him from generational wealth. But Trump busted down that gate because my cousin was in this and I wasn't. He got in it and I wasn't. I never explained to him how to set up a wallet. I'm assuming he got in through Moonshot. Yeah. This was in terms of getting people in, I think, he was talking about people coming in, losing liquidity. They're coming out poorer than ever. I think probably the biggest thing is it's probably popped a lot of, people's crypto cherries in a way, right? And that it encouraged them to make the leap when they maybe were hesitant to before.
I mean, I can see normies coming out ahead of crypto natives, to be honest. Because the thing is, like, it's like second cycle syndrome. You can't come into this logically because it's not logical inherently. You need to come into it riding high on emotion, and you need to come into it with the intention of making money, and I feel like a lot of people that work in the industry or have been in the industry for a long time, they get like, they try to be super logical, but the reality is it's like, they have this vision for crypto that is maybe not the market's vision for crypto. So yeah, I mean, I was digging into Moonshot a lot as well. I suspect, and there's no clear ties, but I'm pretty sure it's a subsidiary of MoonPay. And MoonPay is one of the, like, it was one of those companies like FTX that just raised like $1 billion in 2021 from like Ashton Kutcher and like Naomi Osaka and just like every celebrity under the sun. If you go to MoonPay's Crunchbase profile, it's like Snoop Dogg Ventures, one of 2 investments.
Hell yeah.
Along with like huge giga whales. And the thing is, like, the MoonPay's whole pitch is like they have access, and access certainly to people like Trump. They raised close to $700 million. Like, as far as people using their platform, it's like, I don't even think they're a top 5 wallet by usership right now. But they have the capital, they have the access. And if they're the ones behind this, which would make a lot of sense to me, pulling some of the strings, getting it launched via Moonshot, developing the connections to the various industry players and Trump family members, it would make a lot of sense. But I would say, like, also putting it into perspective, the Trump token needs to be pretty successful for a pretty dang long time for even that $700 million raise to be warranted. So it's like, it's not necessarily the average crypto person's game to play, so to speak. This is like, this is a really big deal. And I wish I could know like the nitty gritty details. I could read the contracts, etc. Because it has to have been tremendously interesting.
So the numbers I saw were that the launchers hold like 85% of the supply.
It's funny, they didn't even, what was really funny to me is that the tokenomics breakdown, like, they didn't even try and think of different categories. Like, it was just the same category, number 1, number 2, number 3. I was like, at least you could have obfuscated like a bit more. But I guess, they had
like a bunch of different like tranches for unlocks, but it's all just numbered like 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's community 1, community 2, community 3.
No, it's all the service, the Trump's entity that launched the token. It's all basically going to them. And I think those tranches might be there for legal reasons. Like they might literally be tokens being used for different things, being spread out amongst different people. Because like otherwise, I mean, it's a little ridiculous, but conceptually the whole thing is ridiculous.
I would be interested to see kind of how they plan to extend the lifespan of this thing, because to me it seems like the 4 years, like at least the term of his presidency, they wouldn't want it to become a complete and total shit show, right? Like they would want it to not. So long-term play there, I think, in that. What is he going to do with it? If Ansem can get whiff on the sphere, maybe Trump can front run him on that.
Ansem can't though.
But you know who could? Trump could get on the sphere.
I think it's like,
what if he turns into a pseudo soft power tool, Charles, to infect the markets? He has this massive holding on Sol, and he can kind of just bend Sol to his will.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, from what we've seen in the past, it's been a lot of one day of promotion and then passing it off to whoever got the contract for it in perpetuity. So, I mean, maybe he'll be talking about it once a month or every so often, but I doubt it becomes a big long-term thing. And I bet, like, I mean, I can't imagine people don't lose a lot of money, to be honest.
I mean, that's always a safe bet in crypto, to be honest. I want to throw this up here from Ryan Selkis. He says, my advice to the Trump coin team would be to burn 75% of their supply. He created $5 billion in value overnight. This is, of course, from yesterday. Adjust distribution from 80 to 20 to 50, and make this an equal partnership. And that will fly higher. Keep it 80-20 and it will backfire and be a millstone on the admin. Who knows if they're listening to freaking Ryan Selkis of all people, but
I agree.
They
with
might
that.
be.
I mean, dude,
Makes
like,
sense.
you know, greed kills these projects, you know.
Yeah.
Aggressive profit taking without regard for, you know, liquidity, without regard for anything else, is what kills basically every meme coin. And the thing is, like, you're fucking the president of the United States, you know. You know, you don't need to, for lack of a better term, you don't need to be a G.
There is that about when he becomes president, he has to divest from all business interests. So on paper, at least, he will also not be participating in the running of this business.
Yeah.
This business. Yeah. So maybe that's a smokescreen he's using. I don't know, just to, you know, wash his hands of it first day.
I mean, he could be just trying to, like, you know, this is his last chance to set up like an uber wealthy family dynasty, because the thing is, like, you know, if you look at Trump's financials, they've been, I think, shaky for like a decade, even post presidency. You know, the ways that he monetizes himself and his businesses are kind of weird, and he's had a lot of, like, really, you know, business disasters in the past, which I'm not holding it against him. It's like hard to do to run these things. And, you know, maybe it's just like he sees this as an opportunity to set up a dynasty so that his kids don't have to keep, I mean, again, for lack of a better word, grifting. You know, they don't have to keep, you know, selling merch and doing stuff like this to stay afloat, which is borderline
one
insane.
final grift.
For the merch grift.
One final grift, one final heist.
The classic business plan that Trump has been using for a long time has just been licensing his image. So this is none of his crypto projects have really been that different in that he's not involved in it. He just says you can call it a Trump brand thing. And
it's like now and licensing is a good ass business. He's like the Mickey Mouse of, you know, Bronze Age mindset dudes. But so I mean, it's a good business, and I think if it's like, hey, let me pull down a few $1 billion in cash for my next of kin. You know, let me get another round of presidency. Let me see if I can, you know, finagle my way into a few more billion that way, and you know, hopefully have a dynasty. That, I mean, when you're getting old, I feel like that's what you got to think about. And if you look at like the Trump kids, I mean, they're not sustaining $1 billion lifestyle on their own. Like, you know, as good as they're doing for themselves, I feel like they should be doing 10, 20, 30 times better, to be honest. And they're like podcasters, I feel like, at this point. So they need Trump to go out in a blaze of glory for the sake of their lineage.
Here's one final piece of speculation on this topic before we move on. Because this is, you know, we're in a speculative industry. This is an extremely speculative asset. Here's another final piece of speculation on why this might have happened. I haven't seen anyone say this, so I'm interested to see if anyone's thought about this deeper or got any proof from this. It could be another way of also kind of paying back people or incentivizing people that have helped him win the election or whatever, essentially getting at money laundering, right? Like, who is getting these initial allocations? Who are getting this large percentage supply? Who was told that this was going to be launched so that they could snipe the launch?
I mean, I think he sniped it at a big crypto ball. Like, I think,
when a lot of people, he did it when Europe was asleep, and he did it when a lot of crypto active people would have been busy.
No, I mean,
right?
My guess is that they knew about it first.
You think?
I mean, all of his donors together in this big ball,
Mhm.
and they launch it there. Like, why wouldn't they just like? They're
All pile
tacky
in.
enough to have a big projector saying, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
some point is launched, tell everybody to get on Moonshot.
5, 4, 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big launch party.
I mean, it's like, you know, how information bleeds out into the world is really interesting. But I think with this, I mean, I guess to me, if he used it to reward his donors, the people at the ball, that's like kind of cool, good idea. And you have very price insensitive people buying, because if you're donating hundreds of thousands or millions to a political campaign, you will buy a shitter and not look at it for another 10 years. Like, you know, you have enough money otherwise. That would be smart. If it was like, you know, pure, let's toss a bone to the trenches. That's mentally ill. And I think we're going to, like, on the other side of that, see some really kind of negative price action. But who knows? It's like we'll never know. I'm hoping that I see like gossip start to leak out over the next week, and I'm just like curious more than anything. You know, it's not my game to play. You know, I'm never going to be positioned to be, you know, first in the market to buy the freaking Trump meme coin. Those are like 10 different buzzwords that I don't really key into very well. But it is like, this is the sort of stuff that makes crypto interesting. It's like it's like seeing the nuke fly toward a coughing baby. You know, it's
I
like
feel like this is a really good, like, you know, like the Groundhog Day, where it's like the groundhog sees his shadow, you get 4 more weeks of winter or whatever.
Yeah.
This is like if the president launches a meme coin 2 days before inauguration, you have 4 more years of Wild West at least, right? Like there's at least legally speaking, very unlikely that pump fund lawsuit's going to go anywhere, and also that anyone is going to want to stop launching meme coins now.
I mean, I think what this really means is you don't need to necessarily be afraid to operate in America anymore, because typically, like, you know, everybody is still domiciling.
The frontier is open again, baby.
Yeah.
Wild West times.
Everybody wants to be in Cayman's, BVI, Isle of Man, you know, some weird, you know, island nation now. But maybe he's just saying, dog, like, here's the blueprint. Let it rip. Let's.
That's what I was saying. Where it's like, this is so far along the risk curve that, like, all the things that are like, oh, like maybe he'll do this, and like people speculating about, like, he'll probably make it, like he'll probably deregulate a lot of the industry. It's like he's blown all those doors wide open with this in one fell swoop. So
if you think about it, all of those projects we talked about previously are also kind of hitting the major sectors, right? So NFT, DeFi, and now memes. He's kind of hit the 3, at least big to me. Next, Trump GameFi? No one gives a shit, okay? Trump, what's left, dude? God help us if he launched Trump AI agent, dude. God. Then it'll be totally over for us.
Someone is going to using Codex. Someone's going to have a Trump agent.
See if we can train one on his speeches.
Our lead engineer revolutionized like AI for voice, and he made a super viral Trump deepfake of him giving a speech as a demonstration for one of his old companies, and it was like,
no way,
it was everywhere. And he like totally revolutionized the process of doing a lot of that
speech.
So maybe we'll maybe we get him back in the mix here.
Maybe we can change Tony's personality just a little bit here.
Oh,
to be Trump moment.
I see what we're saying. I see what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting.
Yeah, Tony Trump.
Yeah, I do hope that you guys are right about retail, like all the million new wallets that have been created. Making. I hope
money, they don't just,
because that will make them stick. Like if even 10% of the people who have like onboarded stick around and maybe poke around some other stuff, it's generally a win in the short term.
What I'm looking forward to seeing, I'm looking for net increases in like 30, 90, 180 day volumes. I want to see like people that have begun speculating on crypto overall. And I guess what I'm like, the thing is like Solana's a lot of good things. I'm going to say something not good about it right now. It's perfectly designed to extract money. The meme coin business is very much an insider's game. Take that one step further. All of these places you're launching meme coins, you're paying tons and tons of fees. Take that a step further. All the things on top of the liquidity pools, on top of the exchanges, are charging you more fees. So if you're going through Moonshot, for example, you're probably paying multiple percentage points to actually get into the Trump token. And on top of that, their MEV is so captured and so centralized by Jito and via Jupiter Jito as well, that you just get body bagged. Like, it's so hard to land a transaction that you need to set slippage really high. And the second you set slippage really high, you get murdered. And that happens at such a humongous scale. And if you look at Solana revenues, people have been throwing those charts around. It's like all of those revenues are so extractive. It's not like here's a company taking a small carry because they have a super popular derivative, a la EtherFi, a la Lido, or here's a company that's printing transaction volume and making a ton of fees, a la Tether, a la Circle. It's like, here's money that has been extracted from the pockets of retail, and it's not like I'm buying this coin and I'm it's like getting scammed on an air purifier. Like, oh, it has some value. It's making me maybe a little happier, feel a little better about my health and my environment. It's like pure nothing, It's like I am lighting, 20, 30, 40% of my money on fire because maybe I will
hit 100x,
achieve some upside. But I think a lot of the upside is just 500 of the same guy's wallet, that's designed to buy these things up and engage with them at scale.
I was laughing at a lot of posts yesterday and today about how much volume Solana did with no mention of Trump coin. It's like Solana did fucking 50 billion worth of volume yesterday. It's totally destroying ETH. It's like, yeah, well, Trump launched a fucking meme coin on your chain.
That's actually my next question here for you, Charles, is so this Trump coin has been no doubt good for Solana in the short term. Is this the final nail in the coffin for Ethereum? Is Solana now killing Ethereum? I'll say this, prefacing this real quick, that to me, it's revealed a lot of the weaknesses of Solana again. Phantom Wallet shit. I couldn't get into Melania. It's been 3 hours. And now I think that iron is cold. But what do you think, Charles? Is this really putting the screws to Vitalik's pet project? Is Solana the kingmaker now?
Well, it didn't help with that tweet that he sent out.
You want to talk about this?
We can pull that up.
Let me show this real quick here.
No, obviously not.
This is a good summary.
Look, Solana's just
point on Solana, and Vitalik fired everyone within 24 hours. Here it is. Vitalik posted this big tweet.
Wait, he's a Milady now?
That's the crazy thing here is he was essentially bullied into putting on the Milady. We are indeed currently in the process of large changes to EF leadership structure, which has been ongoing for close to a year. So they're trying to do all this. Look, classic Vitalik. Look, Solana, you just launch a meme token. That's it. Get $1 trillion in volume or whatever. Vitalik's writing a whole college essay here. Business proposal. No one cares, dude. Improve two-way communications and ties within EF leadership and ecosystem actors. Improve technical expertise. Bring in fresh talent. Actively support app builders. But this stuck out to everybody. His explicit non-goal execute some kind of ideological vibes pivot from feminized World Economic Forum soy boy mentality to Bronze Age mindset. They're not going to
So,
start
like in
investing
his mind,
lobby.
the feminized WEF soy boy mentality, that's the good one. I just don't understand this wording. Like,
Well,
why would
no,
he
he's
word it that
saying
way?
he's not doing all of this.
Yeah.
He's not doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah, but okay. But
I mean, I
his
thought this was kind of
implication is
funny, to
that
be
they
honest.
are feminized WEF soy
Well,
boys
that is what people
currently,
call
and
them,
they're
pretty
not going to
much.
pivot. Yeah,
That is what
okay,
people are
yeah.
calling them. They're
I just, yeah.
feminized World Economic Forum soy boys.
I just imagine him just like semi pissed off or just like done with the industry as soon as Trump did this, and then sent out a tweet in kind of like sent out a kind of an emotional tweet that maybe he had planned in slightly different wording beforehand. And then he was just like got all huffy and was like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
I hate this industry. And yeah, I don't know. That tweet was a bit confusing. But the message of it is not surprising to me. And I don't think this is the nail in the coffin for Ethereum. Solana's doing what they do, and they're doing it really well, obviously. But you can't argue that DeFi innovation is happening on ETH and is happening on the EVM.
Yeah. But
So
will it be enough? Will it be enough?
I think it will, frankly, be enough long term.
yeah,
Like,
it's not going to be enough to pump ETH this cycle, probably. But
I mean, the thing
that's
is,
hardly
like,
what matters.
I think to a certain extent we need to divorce ourselves from the idea that Ethereum and our precious ETH coins are going to be correlated, because the entire like roadmap, if you look at the L2s, if you look at everything that's happening in the world of Ethereum right now, a lot of it is ETH, the Ethereum Foundation, pushing value toward other entities and democratizing and shifting value away from itself as a central party. And I think right now with like, okay, the Trump thing is one big deal, $50 billion in volume, probably you cleared over 100, 200, $300 million in fees, with the nature of Solana being, so extractive, maybe even more than that. But the thing is, like, it's going to be for a day, it's going to be for a week, it's going to be for a month. And, let's think about the implications of Coinbase using Morpho as a lending platform, bringing back its Bitcoin lending. If you recall, in 2021 and a little bit earlier, that was a huge part of Coinbase's business that they were forced to wind down. Things like this are really big, and they're going to create a ton of value long term. And the thing is, like, if we ever see the Trump token financialized, it's going to be on Ethereum, and that's without a doubt. And like a lot of people, and I've said this before, like the issue is people aren't using Solana, and I use Solana sometimes to buy tokens, and the experience every single time is absolute dog water. It's like the experience is terrible, and landing a transaction on Solana, actually getting a transaction to execute, is a literal science. There are hundreds of research papers about it, and hundreds is an exaggeration, but
there's even so many, even a dozen.
yeah, it's crazy. But the thing is, it's like it's just not useful. It's useful because they're focused on one core product, and that is taking someone from uninitiated to, or one core use case to, I am now buying a token. And the ultimate endpoint is, I'm now buying a token. Maybe I'm on Drift and I'm speculating on a token, but I think Hyperliquid, for example, has proven EVM is a lot more scalable and has a way better UX for that. Solana just sucks. And if Solana's goal is to onboard people to crypto, and that's what they're successful at, I think Ethereum has a lot to gain. And EVM remains like the most performance. I don't care how much TPS you have. If I can't use a wallet and interact with your chain normally, if I need to go through a centralized MEV provider who's going to take all of the upside in my trade from me to actually interact with the blockchain, then it's not like useful. They have a product, and that's what Ethereum doesn't have. Ethereum isn't a company. They don't have a product. They have a vision and a set of ideals that has resulted in technology that is 10 times better than what's on Solana right now. And I don't think that's going to change.
Yeah, the origin of all this volume that Solana is pushing matters. It's not that they're pushing all this volume because they're onboarding institutions. It's not JP Morgan pushing volume through Solana, testing out some new infrastructure. It's meme launches, and value extraction. So to think that the future of global finance is going to be on Solana is just not reasonable to me.
And I think that's fine. Like Solana's goal
totally fine.
Can be pushing volume, clearing fees, and for the 10 projects that Solana Ventures and Multicoin and all the other big firms on Solana invest in, it's just going to be a money printer, and that is fine. They have a good, damn good business, and what we're seeing, is a business executing an awesome deal, making a shit ton of money for a shitload of people. But I think next week it's more of the same. And for every Trump, there's going to be 1,000 Hawk Tuas.
Yeah.
And that's just the game they're playing. And
it's kind of like Swift versus a very, very successful commercial bank. Like Solana is an extremely successful commercial bank. And I kind of see Ethereum as like a Swift in this kind of analogy.
Of it like Linux or something, right?
Yeah,
like Ethereum is like Linux. Like at least that's where they're trying to go.
Exactly.
And so, does anyone? No one. You can't invest in Linux.
No one's
Linux.
talking about
exactly.
Linux.
Even if it's supporting 90% of the computers in the world are using like Linux standards or something.
Yeah.
It's Microsoft and Apple that make all the money.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I think that's fine. And there are going to be a lot of amazing companies that build amazing products and create a ton of value on top of Ethereum. And we just need to expect that it's going to be a little boring. The speculative premium that we saw on DeFi in 2021, for example, we're probably not going to see that again, because if you're using Ethereum, it's like using Linux. You probably know what the hell you're doing. And Solana, next cycle, 3 years from now, people are going to be griping about Solana in the same way, because there will likely be some other like Sui finding its footing, and kind of taking the key role. And it's really where can the momentum take it right now? And a lot of the momentum is explicitly in the direction of maximizing value for a few key parties. And so those key parties need to stay totally dialed in for years and years and years and not get captured. Although what I was really interested to see was a Meteora launch, a moonshot Meteora launch, as opposed to a Radium launch. So we're at least seeing some really serious diversity going on in the trench scene. It's like Pump Fund had 1,000 micro wins, and then Meteor and Moonshot came down with $60 billion future finance Trump.
They made it all back in one trade. Yeah. Excuse my Solana ignorance, but does Radium have concentrated liquidity?
Radium is a Uni V3 fork.
It is Uni V3. Okay.
It's like a rewrite.
So they could have, and I actually didn't check this, but I'm pretty sure that they launched it single-sided, and then the all the buy orders filled the other side. So they could have done it on Radium, is my point.
They did,
They made, like, a
and
choice
I
with
was
it, yeah.
really impressed by that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
I mean,
I was
like,
like, someone knew
I
what they were
think
doing.
it reinforces the point that it's very extractive. You know, they're not putting any
Yeah.
money on the table. So when they
Yeah.
start exiting, it's certainly not going to impact their you know, starting balance sheet negatively. But
Yeah.
very
I
like
saw $500 million in liquidity, and I was like, "There's no
I
way.
mean, the
There's
liquidity
no way."
is banging. It's a
Yeah,
good
it's
point,
great.
dude.
Yeah, it is a
Right
good
on.
coin.
Well, to summarize here,
Ugh.
what I've gotten from our interview with Charles here, ETH can't be saved this cycle. He's Solana ignorant, loves Trump, Canadian, flabbergasted by Trump, loves him, and he will onboard the next million users. So I think we're going to keep Charles around. He's a good MAGA Pete. I love him. So thank you so much, Charles. And I think this is a good conversation. I think we have some pretty key insights here. Big ones I took away were, you know, ETH as a speculative asset, maybe not as good anymore.
Yeah, you can add to
As
that.
has
You
been
can add to
proven
that
over the
list
last
that
4
I'm
years.
selling. You can add to that list that I'll be selling my ETH bags.
I think
After this
ETH
call.
sentiment is at max low. Vitalik
Oh,
war
God.
mode may not be enough to save the price, but it doesn't seem to be the goal for them anymore at all. Anyway, in terms
Yeah, I
of,
don't think it ever was. But
which
yeah,
might be a conversation for another time because it's quite interesting for a crypto company because so many of them, price is a pretty important factor in terms of your success. Not to say that it's not important for Ethereum, but to I guess, decisively move away from that as like your milestone, right? You don't see them saying we're trying to make more money for ETH. They're trying to decentralize ETH and place it in this kind of
I mean, they're trying to make Linux.
Yeah.
I think you hit it right on the head. It's like,
although I will say that long term, like my timeline for this conversation is like a couple years out. But like long term, if Ethereum reaches their goal of becoming Linux, ETH will be valued very, very highly. You know,
I mean,
like if actually,
I think they've to a certain extent already achieved that.
yeah,
goal.
but not on like not on yeah.
I mean, it's not on
our
truly
own
Linux
world.
scale, but it's like
Yeah,
it's like 100 times, 1,000 times more people are using ETH and EVM than are messing around with anything Solana related.
Yeah.
but yeah.
It seems to be the last organization where the concept of decentralization as like the guiding light is still like the most important component for them. At least reading Vitalik's message, it was all about we don't want to be tied to any particular country. We don't want to lobby anywhere. We don't want to get involved in the messiness of politics. We want to be this completely detached, free-floating financial infrastructure.
It is the financial operating system of the future.
Yeah.
And SVM certainly is not. But what Solana is, ignoring any of their technical achievements, which they have a lot of great ones, is they're a damn good business. And they're mogging everybody right now.
Which
and
respect.
that it's
Good
like
job.
Mad respect.
I think net good for the industry. And I think they identified, hey, like this is a path to success. Like let's lean in on, you know, the casino operating system of the future. And
Dude,
they
what a
executed.
comeback. What a comeback, hey?
What a
From
damn
Sam
comeback.
Bankman-Fried, just
He would, dude.
absolutely
He would have paid
nuking the
everybody back
entire
with interest,
system.
baby.
He could
Oh
have.
my
He could have been
God.
the guy.
For $8, like whatever,
He was
two
effectively
and a half years
outsourced.
ago.
We got to do an episode on all the
Unbelievable
villains
comeback.
of last cycle and how they were actually.
He was going to
martyrs.
altruistically make it all back in one.
It's crazy
trade.
to think, yeah, like in the Solana history, like SBF and FTX blowing up is now not the like biggest thing that's happened on the network. You know, Trump launched his own goddamn meme coin on, so yeah. And I've had a couple, like I also was thinking about like tracking Nancy Pelosi's trades, you know. I don't know, like things that have been put in perspective for me now. Like that just seems so funny to like that's like a thing that you would focus on. I don't know. Just since
The financial
this event
crime
has
is going to
happened,
become so much worse.
crime is like legal now. There is no crime. And
Club
yeah,
Codex
like
next 4 years is going to be a very good show. I think is really the sign here.
Yeah, we're going to be
Yeah.
covering all kinds of awesome new forms of crime to participate in as
I
they
love
come
crime,
up.
dude.
So I want to thank everyone for watching this recorded video. We should have an interview also coming up soon. Hopefully we can edit this thing down a little bit in time, but if not, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Adios.
Bye, everyone.
Got that CDX token, we the ones chosen. Every stake, every you, while I stay golden. Codex Club, hey, I'm not focused, it's an anthem. CEX got them frozen.
My headphones are not working yet again. Here we go. Oy vey. Or Charles is muted.
It was me.
Whoa. The man doesn't know how to unmute himself.
Dude.
And I don't know how to fix my headphones. So it's we're like yin and yang here. How'd you feel about that show, Charles?
Pretty good. I was working in the background, so kind of passively listening, but I thought I wasn't cringing too much, which usually happens when I listen to myself talk.
I always the lighting made my neckbeard look kind of Amish, which I thought was pretty swaggy.
We had the potato tech for,
Yeah.
for the recording.
Corval was gracious enough to stop by my home, so
that was a nice surprise for everybody watching as well. Probably, I hopped on and I was like, "They're real! Oh my god!" It's not Corval isn't Beavis's alt. Incredible. Yeah, so I guess yeah. So I guess that's kind of the show. I think I missed. Oh, I wanted to play one more thing actually. One more funny thing that North sent me.
Razor, post a picture of Aurora so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I need you to
play your
filibuster
video.
it. Okay.
Oh, you want me to vamp?
I'm
Okay.
trying.
Oh, dude. Airplane food? What the heck is up with that stuff, man? It's crazy. It's wild.
God.
That's all I got in me.
Peanuts. Damn.
Honestly, though,
Yeah,
airplane
so-
food is like, you can tell they've tried to step it up, but it's still like, I don't want a fucking stroopwafel, okay? It's 5 a.m, you know?
Dude, I want a stroopwafel. I love stroopwafels. All right, so
I mean,
here's
I
a
don't hate 'em,
video.
but not
This
that.
is from the inauguration. This is David Sachs on stage, the crypto czar, David Sachs, on stage saying some really funny things. I hope the audio. I don't know how
Just let it
Corval
rip,
does
Charles.
it, but
We'll figure it out.
okay. All right, here we go.
I believe in you.
And the beginning of innovation in America for crypto has just begun. A reign of terror
Yeah, baby.
against crypto.
Yeah,
LFG brothers,
that gets me fired up.
we're gonna make some money. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I'll tell you, I'm an American. I've been working in crypto for 4 years. I've been running a company for 4 years. It literally reign of terror, especially 2022, 2023, when all the crackdowns were happening. It's like, if you recall, like, you know, talking to me in that era about things like staking, I would be like, bro, like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to not get murdered. You know, we don't have time to think about things like staking.
Yeah,
there was a
back
time
when
when
you
we-
couldn't even say the words revenue sharing in like a blog post
Yeah.
as a protocol.
Yeah, much less, certainly much less scared now, and ignorant of political this or that. I don't really give a shit. I think certainly for the work we do, a net positive. So I hope it's not all talk. Is really where my head is at now.
Yeah. I'm semi scared for now. The opposite reason. Like, why can't they just be
Too
chill
criminal?
guys? Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, either you work in crypto, you're going to jail, or now let's blow up the world economy and every country launch their own meme coins.
Why not, dude?
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't
Just
you
chill
want to
out.
make money, Charles?
I guess I want other people to make money.
Yeah.
I want people who aren't
I
in my
think,
position to be fine. Which
with regulation, it's always too extreme, and then it goes in the opposite direction. And eventually we're going to figure it out. It's like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter the administration. So he got the donations. The crypto lobby did it. We've got 4 years to figure out what should be legal and what shouldn't. So let's make good use of this. And we've been self-regulating effectively for 4 years as a company, and a lot of our colleagues have as well. And we'll probably just keep doing it like we've been doing, trying to make as many people as possible happy. So I want to cut this off. This is a Charles Bebis episode, so it could probably go on for 2 hours. I want to start getting some people into the demo in Discord. And
can we quickly highlight some community posts?
We can. Oh,
and
go
I think
for it.
we have. I think we have the codex. The codex wheel might be loaded up as well. Thanks to Steven. So the first one is from Null, OG Codex community member way back in the day.
Wow.
Let me get this up there. Null made a post about Codex. The ticker is Tony. The protocol behind it is Codex. Look at that chart. Absolutely beautiful. So thank you, Null, for the shout.
Don't look at
it. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, it's on the MACD resistance. I don't know.
Once people get their hands on the Codex app, we have a feature in the Codex app. Tony will threaten you if you don't hold Tony tokens. And you try to activate your bot. So
yeah.
Capiche. Thank you, Null.
Capiche. Thank you, Null. One more from Surgeon. Let me wait till this loads so I can get the Surgeon Baba.
A newcomer.
Every single person on Earth will eventually be leveraging AI for day to day. The most important thing to get it right is finances. So true. And this is where Codex Org comes in. So yeah, shout out Surgeon. I believe he joined the community fairly recently, so happy to have you.
Yeah, appreciate you.
And yeah, thanks for the shout. Okay, so let's see if we can get this Codex wheel going.
Only 2?
With my incompetence. There is only 2 this week. The others have amassed such an amount of Codex points.
We need to filter them.
We now
they're going to own us soon.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, they're 51% attacking us with the points, which is terrifying. Okay, the wheel of names. Is this going to work? Is this all the names? This can't be all the names. Oh God.
This is the names of the people that bribed Steven, I believe.
Yeah.
Guys, remember to submit your bribes to Steven before the end of the episode so we can get you on the wheel.
This is the Charles Tech. Okay, just give me a second.
A little backstory for UV. My grandfather, for the last 25 years of his life, wore these Nike Air Monarchs, and whenever they were on sale, he would buy like 5 pairs. And when he died, he had one fresh and clean pair in the attic. So I called them. So now this is kind of an inconvenient place to put them. I'm still figuring it out, but now I keep them to remember him.
That's really heartwarming.
Thank you.
Wow, nice. I'm frantically trying to get this done. Okay, here we go. gonna share this. I can't believe there's 1,000 of you watching this hot mess. Shout out to you, troopers. For
Remember,
hanging
in
there.
the Codex Discord, we are going to be
They're all
doing
just
live
waiting.
demos. So get in there.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they're waiting for. They're suffering. This is your punishment before you get to before the reward of trying Codex. Okay.
Charles,
Look at
figuring
this
out how to spin the
dodgy
wheel
site.
live.
Yeah. Click to spin. Usually there's a Codex logo here. I don't know what I'm doing.
Click
All right,
to
here we go.
spin.
I'm clicking. Here we go. No music. You know what? I hope
this
it's
is good.
Deputy Dogger. Crypto Peter.
Crypto Peter, an
job, Crypto
all-time
Peter.
classic guy. Good job, Crypto Peter.
Let's go. How many
You've done
do
it.
we usually do?
3.
2, 3? We do 3.
Three.
Okay. Crypto Peter number 1. Who's next? Dude, Deputy Dogger. On the other side again. Razor 85.
Razor 85. Razor 85. Remember to send a picture of Aurora to the Discord chat so I can laugh along with you.
Yes.
And enjoy your points.
Enjoy your points. One more.
I love the very
Lucky.
tactile sounding spin effect. Could it be?
Ooh. Pepper.
Pepper. Good job, Pepper. Good job, Pepper.
Nice.
RJK
Well done,
totally
guys.
owned.
Yeah. Get
That's
mogged.
how
Get
it's
wrecked.
done.
Everyone mog RJK in the chat, please. And yeah, okay, with that, we're gonna hop over to the Discord. We're gonna try out the Codex demo. It's gonna be awesome. Please join us. And thank you for listening.
Goodbye,
Join us
everybody.
every Monday for another show. All right. See ya.
Goodbye. Let's do it on the stage, by the way. So keep it running, Steven. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Goodbye for real now.
Got that CDX token, we the ones chosen. Every stake, every year, while I stay golden. Codex Club, AI not focused, it's an anthem. CDX got them frozen.